Good day to all my respected guests, business partners, and family members all around the world. My name is Sam. Welcome everyone to today's iElite online course with the topic of iTeraCare, most frequently asked question and answer. And I would like to take this opportunity to appreciate Private National and also iElite system for leading us to have better health and better health. And our main speaker for tonight is all the way from Malaysia. He has a background of physical education, sports science, health, and also wellness. Please welcome iTeraCare Product Advisor, Mr. Soma Sundram.
Good evening, Mr. Sam. Thank you. Thank you, Private International, and good day to all of you out there.
Yeah, Mr. Soma, yeah, because all this while that we have been receiving very, very great responses for all our users around the world about our iTeraCare products. And in fact, I think in the short of maybe about 8 months, our product managed to penetrate at least 30 over countries throughout the whole world. So this is actually very good news. Yeah,
it's really superb, Mr. Sam. More than 30 countries in less than 9 months.
Yes,
and
exactly.
It's growing tremendously. So it speaks for itself.
Yeah, so I believe tonight that all attending this Zoom meeting must be at least they have tried to use the product and they want to learn more. And so we have to thank the company because together with Mr. Soma, we have compiled a list of most frequently asked question and answer. So Mr. Soma, shall we begin?
Yes, let's begin right away.
Yeah. So Mr. Soma, I think commonly a lot of distributor or maybe the user, they still asking, what is terahertz energy, by the way?
Terahertz energy, no, before this, you look at the electromagnetic spectrum, there was a terahertz gap. There was nothing there, and microwave was overlapping together with the infrared, so they were called sub-millimeter waves or far infrared. But in the last 2-3 decades, people have found a definite spot for terahertz energy, and it lies there, and it has a place of its own now. So, and it in the frequency is in the range of roughly 0.1 terahertz to 10 terahertz, and it's helping lots of people now. So that's what terahertz energy is, Mr. Sam.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Soma. And the next one, still they are asking, yeah, what is the difference between terahertz and infrared?
Okay, when it comes to terahertz, and when it comes to infrared, it works up to the second level. You have the epidermis and then the dermis, and then it comes up to the dermis and uses a lot of heat in that area. It works on circulation. Now, when you come to terahertz, it goes way beyond, and then under normal circumstances, it goes up to the third level, which is the hypodermis. But now with the iTeraCare device, it is going way inside 20 to 30 centimeters. And the main differences are it has the what do you call it? It has got a longer wavelength, lower frequency, lower quantum energy, lesser heating issues, and it's working at the molecular level. It is going right to the molecular level. So that's how the difference is, Mr. Sam.
Yeah, I think you're trying mentioning about the penetration power of terahertz is much more deeper compared to infrared,
way deeper, right? Way deeper.
Okay, so the next one is what are the benefits of terahertz compared to other electromagnetic wavebands?
Now, the other electromagnetic wavebands, they work for different reasons. Now, if you are looking at the radio waves, they are more involved with communication. When you come to microwaves, they have a specific reason, some other reason. And some of the waves, they can be very ionizing, right? They can be detrimental to our health. But when it comes to terahertz, it is harmless, but very powerful, especially at the lower frequency. And it can penetrate most organic substances. And it is easily absorbed by water. And Albert Einstein has mentioned a long time ago that the future of medicine is a medicine of frequencies. And now we find that happening with terahertz.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Mr. Soma. Yeah. And still a few of the user maybe have this question in their mind. They're asking, is it safe to use terahertz on humans?
There are two things. And the first one is terahertz energy. Lots of studies at lower frequencies. They are showing that it is safe and is helping lots of people with their health at the lower frequency. Now, you also see some studies which are showing that something bad is happening. But when you look deeper, you find that they're experimenting with higher frequencies, right? So if in case you come across some studies which are showing negative results, look deeper and you'll get the answers. And the other thing is that it is non-ionizing. It does not steal your electrons from your atoms and molecules in the tissues of your body. And so far till today, I have not heard anybody giving any negative testimonies. All right. And what do you call that? It is harmless but powerful. Again, I repeat that. Thank you, Mr. Sam.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Soma.
Yes.
And the next one, yeah, people still have in the mind have these questions. Yeah, they are asking, can terahertz treat sickness?
Now, in the first case, I would like to advise again to everyone, please refrain from using the terms cure, heal, even for that method, calling it a physiotherapy device, because all those terms are privileged only for our qualified doctors and licensed professionals. All right. So now what we are doing here is basically we are helping the body to heal itself. All right. So now the device itself basically doesn't heal you. It creates conditions where the body can make use of those conditions to function optimally and bring you recovery. All right. So this is what's actually happening now.
Yeah, probably, Mr. Soma, that many have said that a device or iTeraCare is just like a tuning device that tune back our body's frequency that actually can make sure that all the cells are working properly. Can I say so?
Yes, definitely. Now, when you start using them, you awaken the cells which may have been inert, which have been dormant, which may not be able to function fully because of certain requirements which they do not have, they do not receive. And when you start using the device, it creates those conditions where they can function optimally.
All right, Mr. Soma, thank you for that. And the next one, you're asking, how many times do a person need to blow in a day?
Now, it also comes to the person itself. Now, do you have the time to even blow once a day? People are so busy looking for other things, they forget that the most important aspect of their life is their health. And when they're healthy, they can do so many things. Now, even if you blow once a day, you find that it's going to help you. But there are people who have more time, are blowing even twice, even 3 times in a day. Now, what is important is if you're blowing more than once, please allow at least 4 hours in between before you blow again. So this is basically how you can use it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Soma.
Yeah.
And the next question is they're asking, how long can the unit iTeraCare blower last?
Now, first of all, how well are you taking care of the blower? Now, some people are a little bit careless. I've got cases where it has just fallen off the table. I've got cases where children are handling it. We got cases where people are packing them up even before it cools down. So if you handle with care, if you allow it to cool down and you do it properly, it should last you at least 3 to 5 years if you handle with care. Now, another additional thing which I can add on is it comes with a 1-year warranty. People are worried what happens if it breaks down and all that. Now, if it is a manufacturing defect, so the company will definitely look into it. And if it's a manufacturing defect, they will replace it for you. So make sure when you register, you put in your serial number within 1 week, and the warranty is there for you. And if anything goes wrong, then the company will look into it. And if you haven't done that as yet, please send a note to your back office, giving your serial number, and I'm sure the company will be glad to help you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Soma.
Yeah.
And the next question is talking about the country that manufacture iTeraCare, because they're saying that iTeraCare is made in China. Will there be any quality issue?
Definitely there will be a quality issue because it depends on what you're looking for. Now, if you go to the night market, you get so many stuff which is really cheap. Now that is because you want stuff products which are cheap. So they give you products which are cheap and they may not last long. But if you so require products which are of good quality, then they are definitely capable of giving you that. Now, just to go a little bit deeper, now the research, the technology is coming from the Chinese Academy of Sciences and Sinochem, and the product is patented, certified, and their reputation is at stake. Now, secondly, it's manufactured in Deschang. The manufacturers are Deschang. They are also a reputable company with at least 8 years of experience in manufacturing quality products. And most of the people who bought it when it first came out on the 1st of June 2021 and were handling it with care are still using it till today, in spite of using it daily. And I, for one, still have the same device which I got it in April, May of 2021, and I'm still using it till today. So they're capable of giving you good quality products, and this product is of good quality.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Soma, because I do believe also the quality come with the price, right? So you have to pay for the price for they're going to call it to get the back quality. And some more our product coming all the way from the original manufacturer, which is Deschang technology, with the inventor, Mr. Yang Wenjun, of doing the research since 2014, right? Okay, we shall proceed to the next questions, Mr. Soma. And they are asking, how about when is the best time to use the iTeraCare blower, daytime or nighttime?
It's entirely up to you. You can blow anytime you want, day or night. But it's important that you ask yourself, when exactly are you free? That you do not rush to blow. You find time for yourself. You sit down, you're relaxed, and you're blowing. Because the cells, they react. If you're in a rush, they react differently. If you're relaxed, they react differently. So most people, what they do is after work, after showering, they sit down, then they use the blower because they are more relaxed. Other than that, there's no issue.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mr. Soma, because the device can actually use for us to relax ourselves. Just like some, they have the habit to use or sit on the massage chair and so on while enjoying the whole process, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So the next one, so the next question will be, they are asking, is there any side effects if we overflow using iTeraCare?
Normally, I tell people there is one big side effect. Everybody is getting well. So if you call that a side effect.
It's getting better.
So people have been using even up to 50 minutes with no side effects except improvements. And depending on the severity of the problem, you might want to start slow, or a minimum of 15 to 20 minutes each time you blow will be a good start. And if you have a chronic problem, give yourself time and it'll take care of you.
Yeah, I believe so, Mr. Soma, because instead of using the device one time for long period, why don't we just use it more times in the day to get a maximum result, right?
That will be good.
Okay, the next question is still they are asking, is there any minimum age to use the iTeraCare?
There is no minimum age, as well as there is no maximum age. Even it's helping even infants as much as elderly people. Infants with rashes, and some elderly people with bed sores. It's helping everyone. So there's no minimum or maximum age.
That's good. And then the next question is, how long can a person use the blower each time?
If you are using the iTera Classic, you can, I think, easily use up to 1 hour, 60 minutes. unless it's too hot, then there's an auto cut-off switch, which will cut it off. And then once it's cooled down, you can start it again, right? You can use it. But if you have an iTera Pro, you can use for long hours. It's designed in such a way, you can use it for long hours without any problems.
Okay, sorry for that,
Yeah,
Mr. Soma.
no
Okay,
problem.
they are asking this question, which is quite interesting. They say, since iTeraCare is so good, do I still need to take supplements or health food?
Basically, if you look at it, they work on different levels. Now, first of all, how I can explain is now if you have a car, you are used to pouring petrol to move the car. But you must understand that besides petrol, there are so many other kinds of oil: the engine oil, the steering oil, the gear oil, the brake oil. Each one plays a part in keeping the car moving well. So similarly, for our body, the iTeraCare device, it plays its parts by helping on the molecular level. But still, as far as food is concerned, supplements are concerned, you still need those minerals, vitamins, your carbohydrates, fats, proteins, water to get into the system. They play a part, right? So you still may need supplementation if your daily food is not complete.
All right, Mr. Soma.
Yeah.
Okay, the next question they are commonly asked will be, after using the product of iTeraCare and they found out the problem has been solved, do they still need to continue using the product, the blower?
Now, first of all, we came to the point where you need the blower is because there's something happening in your body which is not functioning well. So there is something missing. So now, by using this iTeraCare device, you are able to change that. You're able to recover to a condition where you're healthy. Now, if your body can maintain that, fine, you may not need to use. But the problem is your body was not able to do that. So if you wish to maintain your health, then probably you need to continue using for maintenance, because your body, something is missing in your body, something is not happening in your body, which has brought you to the earlier condition, right? So just as we eat and drink daily to maintain our health, doesn't mean that we eat today, tomorrow we do not eat. We still eat because it needs that to maintain, to do what it's supposed to do. So now, first of all, we have to ask ourselves, what is it that is missing in us, which has caused that condition initially? Can I solve that problem? If you cannot, then you have to use the iTeraCare device, because that device is now helping you to overcome that problem. Mr. Sam?
Yeah, all right, Mr. Soma. Thanks for
Yeah.
the information for that. And the next question is, I think many people, they keep on asking this for the first time using about the iTeraCare. How many times do I need, or the person need to blow to see the results?
It also depends on how chronic the person is. Now, definitely, if you're more chronic, it's going to take more times. And normally, if you blow the first time, it gives you some relief. It has not cleared everything. Something which you have collected over the years, it has been there. You are not definitely not going to remove it just in one day. So you have, first time you blow, it's a start. When you keep blowing, it gets rid of the problem more and more over time. So normally what we are seeing is between 5 to 15 times, you can definitely see good results, and it's more permanent. And of course, if a problem is chronic, then you might need more times.
All right, Mr. Soma,
Yeah.
thank you for that. And also the next question, I think this question is quite interesting also. Yeah. Talking about hair dryer is also blowing out hot air too. So is this blower the same as hair dryer?
There is some similarity, but big differences. A hair dryer is just a hair dryer. It dries your hair. Now, what it emits is air, and air which can be controlled, which with different levels of heat. Now, what we know is that sort of affects because the scalp, and many people have also reported losing hair. Now, what happens with the iTeraCare device is, first of all, you have the terahertz energy which comes out, which the hair dryer definitely doesn't have. So this energy is working on the scalp, working on the hair, and it's your roots, hair roots, the follicles. It will help them to grow better. And people who had thinning hair are finding that it's getting thicker, and what do you call it? It's stronger. It doesn't fall so easily. And besides the terahertz energy, of course, you have heat if you so want, and it also has a blue light which points at where you are blowing. All right. So, and many people now what they are doing is they are already beginning to use the terahertz device to dry their hair, and finding that they're getting very good results with their hair. Their hair is getting better and better. And I know also of people who are using it on pets and finding that the hair, the fur on the pets are shinier and stronger.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Mr. Sam, I think you and me, if we had got this device much earlier in our lives, I think we wouldn't be like this at this point of time.
All right. You are right, Mr. Soma, because once what they call it, the root of our hair already die off,
Yes.
then no matter how much we are using it. Yeah, so all our friends on the line, that's just like the advice from Mr. Soma, that if you want to prevent that cases just like us, they're getting lesser and lesser hair, or even go to bald, use it before it's too late, yeah, to prevent it, to activate the follicle or the root of our hair. Okay, the next question, yeah. These questions, I think many people also want to know the answer. Yeah. How to prove there's energy when you're using the blower?
Now, this is a difficult question to answer because this energy, terahertz energy is quite new. The other energies are already there. People are using it in big volume. So people have produced devices to test them. Now, for the terahertz energy, if at all there are, the devices are very expensive, and only the manufacturers and people who are having big volume of sales might be able to afford it. And the easiest way is to do a simple energy test. You can find the link on how to do it on YouTube. Even today, I saw there was a video from Nigeria, Africa, where they were doing the energy test to show people that the device gives energy. And for now, I think we have to stay with that until somebody comes up with a cheaper device.
All right, Mr. Soma.
Yeah.
Okay, the next question is talking about, they're asking about the charged water, because the person was told also to drink the charged water, and how does the charged water help?
Okay, now, first of all, I mean, what's happening is the water which you have been drinking all this while, of course, it is used by the cells, but the amount of water which actually is going into your cells is not as much as it should be. So in spite of you continuously drinking the water, you are still dehydrated. And because you are dehydrated, your cells are not able to function optimally. And secondly, they do not have the energy. Now, if I may just say, now if you look deeper, when people initially started, they were staying by the banks of the rivers, and the rivers were producing water which had energy in them, and the clusters could be broken. And when people drank, it was keeping them healthy. Now, in the name of technology and development, people started moving inland. They started moving inside, into the deeper inside, and they were building cities, and they were not getting that water. So now what was happening is the water was coming through the dams, and the dams channel the water to your house through big pipes. And by the time they reach your house, there's no more energy there. All right. So on top of that, you get lots of other things coming with that. All right. Sediments, bacteria, chlorine, heavy metal, And all these play, play on your, what do you call it, on your body. They disturb the frequency of the body. All right. So now what's happening is when you charge the water, it breaks the clusters of the water. It gives it a terahertz charge. And if you have other frequencies there, it starts neutralizing it. And when you drink it, when it goes inside, the frequency is corresponds with what is required by the cells, and now they can help the cells, help the tissues, help the organs, help the body, and they start working. So that is why it is good to drink the charged water. Drink as much as you can, whenever you can, and it's definitely going to help you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Soma. Maybe it's
Yeah.
to our friends who are the very first time together with us, they are wondering how to charge the water. Yeah, for information, you just use our iTeraCare, and then you get a glass of purified or clean water. You just blow on the water for 1 minute for a glass. Then you are getting the charged water, just like the mentioned by Mr. Soma. You can get better benefit by drinking those water. Yeah. Okay, so the next one, so they're talking about the drinking of the charged water. When is a good time to drink the charged water?
I would definitely suggest drinking it throughout the whole day. And when you drink, do not gulp it down. Every time you drink, you take a little bit, take them in, and it's doing something for you. And my personal recommendation, take at least one glass every 1 hour. And when you drink that water, that for that 1 hour, your energy level is going to be high. And by the time that 1 hour is going to be over, the energy level is going to start coming down. And then you're going to drink another glass of water to maintain that energy level. And that continues throughout the whole day. That will be really good for you. You should try that.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Soma.
Yeah.
And the next question they are asking, can a person use the water from a tap to do the charged water?
Now, basically what we are looking at is clean drinking water. Safe, healthy, clean drinking water. It can come from the tap. It can come from your these filter machines. It can come from the mineral bottles which you buy from the supermarket. As long as they are safe, they are clean, and you can drinkable, you can use that to charge.
All right, Mr. Soma.
Yeah.
So I think the next category that the question they are commonly asked will be talking about the healing crisis, yeah, when using of the product. Because certain people, maybe minority of them, may encounter this. So this is what they call it, the kind of period, yeah, maybe they have to undergo. This is the process of healing crisis. Maybe you can explain a little bit more about this healing crisis, Mr. Soma.
Okay. Now first, let me start by saying that in a healing crisis, symptoms briefly worsen before they begin to improve. You see as if that they're getting worse. And then if you keep at it, it slowly stabilizes. And then people have called it an aggravation, a detox reaction, or a cleansing reaction. And definitely it's a temporary worsening of symptoms and you begin the treatment and before it becomes better. Now, what's basically happening here is over the years, because your cells are unable to function fully, optimally, they start collecting, what do you call it, toxins, waste, which are all there. And when you start using this device, especially for people who have chronic diseases, who have collected more than others, so when you start using it, the body doesn't want them anymore. It's now able to function fully, optimally, and it says now you have no place here, and it starts getting rid of them. And when it starts getting rid of them, the only way by which they can come out is through the lymphatic system and through your blood. So when you take readings from those areas, definitely you can see the readings going haywire, higher, because they're coming out. And only after some time when everything is cleared, then they stabilize and you find that the readings start coming down, dropping down. So this is what happens in healing crisis.
Okay. And then, so how about the healing crisis? Because they are, I think, just like you mentioned, there are certain of the symptoms the person may get, like the kind of reactions after using the what do you call the iTeraCare. For example, maybe some after they are having the kind of feeling like feeling hot or feeling cold. Maybe what's happening behind?
Yeah. Now, first of all, what's happening is when you start using this device, it works at the molecular cellular level. That is the beauty of this energy. It works at that level, and it starts getting the water in. So once the water is in, it starts removing all these things from wherever they are, and you start seeing changes. All right. So you see some reactions. All right. Like you asked just now, feeling hot, feeling cold. Now, when you feel hot, basically there is heatiness in the body, and it's trying to get rid of that heatiness. And then if you're feeling cold, it's probably because there is poor circulation. The blood is not really traveling well in your body, so you might be feeling cold. And then sometimes there are people who also feel itchiness, and itchiness could be a sign where there is increased blood circulation in the blood in areas where before this you had poor circulation. And when you start using this device, you find that it's a bit itchy suddenly, so it be a sign of increased circulation in the blood. And there are some people who even have bloating in the stomach. All right. So it's normally a problem with the gastrointestinal tract. It could be filled with air or gas, and there could be some problem with the linings, some problem there, and that could be the cause of it. So these are the things which might happen. Some of the things which might happen during a healing crisis or recovering effect. Right. Now, in other cases, you might find also as numbness, all right, numbness to the limbs, and most likely two things may have happened. First, there could be damage to the nerves, and the second is the chi flow is not good. There could be some block somewhere there. People go for acupuncture to get the flow going again, and people are finding that by using the iTeraCare device, you improve the flow of the chi, and you the damage to the nerves are reversed. And people start having, I mean, who have a rheumatic pain, they have pain. Partly is because of poor blood circulation. Blood is not getting there. Could be constricted, the thickening of the walls, so it's not getting there. And when you start using this device, it reverses that process. There could be a pain in some places. It could be a blockage of meridians or blood clots in the vessels. So when you remove them, you find that they're better. And sweating, all right? Now, some people even sweat. It's a sign of skin detoxification. The body is trying to get rid of the waste. And there are also people who have rashes, red rashes. It's also a sign of skin detoxification. Now, basically, the body, when it wants to detoxify, it tries to get rid in five different ways. First one is, of course, when you urinate, lots of toxins are being cleared. Second, sweating. Third one, going to the big one. So it's also clearing. And then if, let's say, you are not doing all this well, you're not urinating well, you're not sweating, and there are people who have this problem, people who have kidney problem. When the doctor advises you drink just a certain amount of water, that's not enough water to urinate or what do you call it, sweat. So the body cannot detoxify. And what happens is you start seeing rashes. There are also signs saying that the toxins are not coming out. They're protesting. And if you do not pay attention, And then, they have the bigger lumps, sometimes some people call it the bad blood. That they actually toxins trying to come out. So these are all signs of the healing. I mean, if you're not careful, and healing crisis could also happen then in that way. Now, some people have a frequent urinating. Basically, it is removal of toxins and also excess water in the body. The body is a beautiful piece of a machine which always tries to maintain homeostasis. And if your senses allow that, if it senses excess water, then they're getting rid of them. And people, fever, some people feel feverish, also could be the removal of toxins. And, the blood could be slightly acidic because of the other material other than blood, which creates that condition. And then a recurrence of chronic sicknesses, right? That's also a normal phenomenon of detoxification, is getting rid. You feel as if you have a problem, but actually it's getting rid. And people also complain of dizziness. Now, dizziness could be a sign, two ways. Now, first of all, there is a lack of blood, lack of energy in your brains, in your head. There's not much blood getting there. Your blood vessels could be constricted, or blood vessel walls could be thickened, so they're not getting the blood there. And also, when you start using, they start reversing in a sense that now the walls, the blood vessels are allowing more blood into the head, and the sudden rush of blood also causes dizziness. That could be also a case. And there are also people who, after using, especially on the meridian points, they have reported that they could feel as if there are things moving around in the body, especially in the tummy area. This is actually a good reaction, which implies the smoothness of the meridian. The flow is there, the chi flow is there. And in certain gynecological diseases, you find that there's extra discharge, is getting rid of a lot of things. All right. So now basically, you have three areas, what do you call it, womb, cervix, the vaginal area, and even for the men, in a way, yeah, you have a problem there. They're getting rid of those problems. That is the way they get rid, the discharge upon using. So this should be temporary, and over time it should stabilize and get better. And as a conclusion, uh, continue using the blower even though you may feel uncomfortable for some time initially. So we do not know what you have. We do not know, the body knows. So the body is getting rid of them. Help the body. Drink plenty of water, and then especially if you can get water charged by this device, drink plenty of them. They're definitely going to help you and get rid of the waste and the toxins. And chronic diseases come from accumulation over time. So give time for the body to recuperate, get rid of all the unwanted waste and toxins. And the recovery is different for different people. They're not the same. Each and every one of you is different. Each 5 people can have the same disease, diabetes, but the extent of the problem is different for each person. So the recovery is also different. And let the body heal itself. Give it time. All right. You have accumulated over a long period. You do not expect miracles to happen just in one day, 1 week. Let the body clear them. Be patient. It is not a miracle, it is science. And by the will of God, miracles do happen. Ask for their blessings. Use the device, and lots of things happen. Mr. Sam?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr.
Yeah.
Soma, for the further explanation about a healing crisis. So because healing crisis also, I think they are being considered as the recovering effect. In fact, those after using the product may feel it means that the product is start working on them. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So for on top of that about healing crisis, are there any friendly reminders?
Now, as I said earlier, there could be some reactions. So, because of the individual physical body structure, they may experience different things. They could even experience pain in certain areas, and even previous unhealed or untreated pains or symptoms will appear during treatment. And then, when you look deeper, longer, finally you discover that when you were much younger, you fell down from a tree and you got hurt in that area, and everybody forgot, but your body didn't forget. And now, by using this device, suddenly those start appearing, and all of the reactions are normal because of the normal healing process. All right. And another word of caution for faster recovery and healing, if I may say so, try to avoid cold water or ice water. Try to get raw food. There's lots of energy in them. uh, Try to avoid air conditioner for that period because when it's cold, of course, if you are living in a cold climate, you cannot run away from that. Your body should know. And try to avoid showering at least 4 hours from the time you get the treatment. And the best is you shower, then you use the device, because otherwise things will be a little bit counterproductive. In the sense that you use them to improve something and then you're working against it by doing something else. All right. So just avoid these problems.
Okay, all right, Mr. Soma. And by the way, about using other products, is there any precautions?
Yes. First of all, it is used for external use. Do not try to put it into your mouth. And there are these air inlets at the back where the wire, the cord is connected. Now, over time, there could be dust collecting there. Make sure they are clean because they need that air going inside because it can be very hot. And do not block that air inlet while you're using by using cloth or whatsoever, because the air needs to get inside. And keep the device clean at all times. And the power cord, we have got lots of cases where they have problems with the power cords. And when you look at them, what's happening is they're holding the device by the power cord, they're tugging the device by the power cord. Try not to do that. And do not shake the device vigorously. Definitely do not drop them. You have these glass chambers, quartz crystal glass chambers, which can crack, which can shatter. And once you don't allow water to get inside them, because when they are hot, it can shatter the glass, especially when you're charging water. Uh, Only get as close as where the water does not jump into the chamber, right? And when you want to store, make sure that they are cooled down before you store, because if it's hot, then it's going to deteriorate even much faster. And if you can do this, then it should be fine. Treat it like something precious. Handle it with care. It'll definitely take care of you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Soma, for your advice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, are there any don'ts or anything which is not recommended?
Now, basically, if I may say so, it can be used on practically everything. But now we have certain recommendations where we tell you not to use in these conditions because we do not want you or anybody to run into issues. Now, for example, pregnant women, and especially during menstruation. Now, pregnant women, by right, it should be helping them. But if something goes wrong, they are going to blame the device. So avoid using it for all reasons. And during menstruation, basically they are bleeding, and what do you call that? People will say do not use, but some have used with good results. And then if you have very acute diseases, the condition is so bad that anything you do is going to create complication. People with congenital heart diseases, where they have implants, they have stents, eyes having lenses, contact lenses, after cataract lenses. Now, we want to avoid running into issues. Although there are people who have used successfully, that is a personal decision, because we just do not know what kind of lenses, what kind of stents, what kind of implants you are using, and what this can do to you. Now, objects implanted, especially if you're having a, what do you call that, a wound, fracture, and some of you might have metal pieces inside. Now, if you by chance use the wrong level and the heat is more, and it heats up the metal components, as you know, metal components expand when they're heated. So we do not want fractures to open up if you're careless. So normally we tell it's not recommended for all these reasons. Please avoid using in these conditions, and you avoid running into issues.
All right, thank you, Mr. Soma.